Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back to another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we got pushed back a little bit in here. Well, we'll rather retreated a little bit. The enemy air force is being a bit of a nuisance, although right now we at least got some AA guns in the vicinity. Of course, these can't move in there yet. But I believe we did most of the troop movement already last round, so let's just go ahead and get to the next one. Or rather, the last episode. Oh, there's another airstrike. Took a decent bit of damage on the troops on the southern flank, and now there's a tank attack which pushed us back. And another air attack, although in this one... Oh wait, no, we did take some casualties there. And the minor region over here in the north is just pouring everything that they have into my territory. Oh, we lost 900 infantry, well that's a bit unfortunate. Right, is the airfield ready? No, I shouldn't. No, we did get a full round of construction work on it, so next round it will be. So we can get our interceptors a little bit closer. Because now we can get our AA guns a little bit closer as well. So if we just hold over here... Oh, wow, that is going to require a lot of motorcycles, isn't it? Right, well, let's have a look. Artillery, we've got a little bit extra. Motorcycles, we do need to get... We'll get 500 just to be on the safe side. And then machine guns, we got a few extra. I suppose that's about it in terms of the... stuff. So we lost a decent bit of stuff in here, especially the motorcycles. Up here, I don't think we lost anything. Although we do know that there's a lot of enemies in there just grouping up. Let's go ahead and do another artillery strike. Maybe we can get a lucky hit there. Although right now, I don't think we've gotten any hits. So I just don't think we have the capability of attacking with these properly. No, I think we need to indeed get a much heavier artillery gun and just, you know, send it in there with max weight guns and all that, and, you know, spend all the ammo in one attack most likely. Computing node discovered in Spike, okay. Still operational, or operative ancient computer node complex in Spike. If we would scrap it, we would gain the following technology: jet engine, or we could harness it computing power to make our organization more efficient. So that'll be more, 50 more bureaucratic points. I think we're gonna just harness the computing point. That also gives us autocracy, which we do need. Expansion quarrels, Odency, sure. Spies will keep supporting the Church Knights. So we do know that there is stuff in there, but that's not causing too many issues. Let's have a double check at the battles that we had. We've had one over here, which is airstrike, and then they pushed us back, so that was already... Hold on a minute. So first we lost 300, we lost 400, so that's already 700 of the losses. Then we lost another 200 over here, and... Right, that was just the air support there, okay. I'm going to bring this one in here, I think. We've got a lot of roads coming all the way in now. Which, to be fair, is probably the smart way to do it. Unless you are afraid that the enemy will start using your roads, which, in this case, is not unfounded fear. Right, so they've actually pulled back a little bit. I'm just going to spread my troops a little bit there, just to have a solid, well, somewhat solid front there, I suppose. The enemy over here, I mean, we could maybe get the artillery. If they push us back, we can use the artillery and then push them back. That one can hold there. We do know that there is some enemies in here. Let's shuffle the troops around here. Maybe they will slowly move other way. Right, so I suppose another thing that we could do... Let's actually have a quick glance at what we are actually building. So in Spike, we're getting the airbase level 2. In Somebody, we're not building anything right now. In Spokomania, not building anything right now. And Ansung, we're not building anything. Let's actually have a quick look at Ansung's population, though. Is that... Well, there's still that 200 pops there. Salary seems to be doing fine. And the happiness is, well, a bit lackluster. Oh, right. We did have some other stuff in here. But they probably got rid of them. Or the stuff got damaged too much because there wasn't any workers. But like the commercial project, we could get at least one there. And that's going to provide some work for the people in there. Already, we've got 1,000... Oh, wow, we've got a lot of population available. Or, well, colonies, rather. I guess what we could do is we could just send at least some into Spokomania. We'll send 500 as population. And then I guess we are going to send at least a few more... Less than 5 logistical points available, so we can't actually send them. If we do have a look at the logistics... yeah, we... use probably all the points at all times there. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, it might be... Oh, yeah, can we... Can we transfer to Ansung? No, we don't have a logistical connection there directly. Okay, so that's a problem. Over here, so what are these? These are the salamanders. We did win some battles against them at some point. There's also this one. Oh, right, so they may have moved away from the forest, but I don't have that intel, so I'm not going to move in there yet. Let's go ahead and bring in a bit of troops in here. We know... Oh! Vermoids. Land-dwelling large herbivore. Intelligent sentient species that's able to coordinate multiple units. Right, this group is good tech and is using rifles of their own design. So there's 1,100 of them there. We know that they got about 100 hit points. Their soft attack is decent. They got really good soft defense. And then their hard attack and hard defense are a bit smaller, of course. Ah, but now that we've got a bit better supplies in here, I'm going to bring this in here. That could cover the flank, but let's go ahead and take all three of these, attack the Dreamers. Might take a few losses in here, but I'm sure that we can push them back. There we go, we push them back. That one in, that one's not going to move in. I guess we do need to get a bit more reinforcements then. We do have a little bit, right, we've got the extra motorcycles already. We may have gotten some reinforcements from somewhere else. Maybe through the militia or something. So now we at least captured part of the road there, which is quite handy. We do also... Oh, hold on a minute. What I can do now... Get the road up to there. 640 to stuff, but we can... Oh, we can now get the artillery in here. Oh, that's motorcycles, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to move it back a little bit. Wait, no, I could have done the range attack, couldn't I? Well... I'm going to wait over there just in case they do an airstrike. I don't want to lose more artillery on that sort of stuff. And similarly over here, we could probably... You know what? I was going to do another range attack over there. They've got quite a bit of troops on the southern flank there. I don't think we can deal any damage on the tanks though, but maybe, just maybe, some of the recon vehicles can be pushed back. Okay, we've got a couple hits there, so that might have been the recon stuff. We did get our infantry in here. I suppose what we could do is we could send them over there. And these got the hold the line, so we might take quite a bit of casualties, but at the same time, it does mean that we'll be dealing a lot of damage to the enemy. Can the... Ah, right, the AA did just move recently, didn't it? Maybe we'll send these tanks to the southern flank as well. These might be enough to at least stop them. I mean, the assault guns with the howitzer, well, that's not really the best against them. But the all-rounders should be able to deal at least some damage. I mean, we've got 512 hard attack, plus these are medium tanks. The enemy's tanks got a bit less hit points. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, they got less hit points. They don't actually have that massive defense as well. Oh, right, so these are the howitzer gun ones. And then it's the... Oh, the wolf. Oh, these both have howitzer guns. Which one was it? Was it bar? Or bear? A bear? Yeah, so those got the... No, that's got howitzer guns as well. Hold on a minute. I swear they had... something that had the high velocity gun, didn't they? Suddenly, I'm not so sure. But they do have a light armor brigade somewhere, who is apparently quite disloyal. Or maybe that's just loyalty towards me, which of course, since they don't serve me, they don't have any... Well, we don't have any more of the industrial points to do anything else important, including probably... Well, I suppose we should have enough to complete the airfield, right? Yeah, we should. We need like 40 something, so that will be enough. We're running a little bit low on ammo, but that'll have to do. Let's just get to the next round. Looks like the enemy over here in the southwest is at least retreating. They don't also have anyone in here right now either, so that's good. The Hochstein over here is the one that I'm a little bit afraid of. They got so many tanks, and they are not that bad tanks. Oh, lost a little bit of stuff there. Oh boy, that was quite an attack. And they did push us back, and we didn't... Oh, this time, at least our tanks did some damage there. There's a bit of an airstrike on our infantry over there in the mountains, but I suppose we dug in fairly well in there now, so that's not too bad. Oh boy. Oh, actually we won. I'm rather surprised by that. But now they're clearing out the supply lines behind us there, which is less than ideal. Right, we got 30 tanks and 100 walkers, we got 1,500 infantry. Oh boy, and oil drilling facility removed. That's unfortunate. But there we go, we got the line troops 3. Operational of completed light armor corps. Right, so we can now get a light armor brigade at least. which is what our enemy is already rocking. Right, we could recruit a junior and a few other things. Let's have a look at the stuff. So, internet with democratic activities. I suppose we do need to reduce the democracy a little bit, so I'm just going to ignore these actions. Unsung D is getting a bit of unrest, though. Marshal Knights demand that you hire the candidate. Sure. And the commerce profile reaches 68. I mean, that is quite easy to get, I reckon. Apply size council task. Yeah, no, that's fine. Design for model. So if you wanted to get a new artillery gun, that would be probably a good idea. Or we could try to go for a light tank. Let's see. If we build upon the Blitzer, we could go for the high velocity gun, 60mm, or maybe we can keep it at 40mm, but increase the armor. Because they had the howitzers on their guns, the 60mm howitzers, so high velocity gun would, or technically speaking, it's a bit less firepower. But I think we could stay on that one. We could add in the extra plating and the heavier engine. That should be done fairly quickly. So now we could design RPG infantry army, assault infantry army, motorized machine gun infantry army, motorized siege infantry army. That would be quite handy. Mechanized light infantry army, mechanized machine gun infantry army, heavy siege infantry army, armored army. Ooh, now that would also be quite nice. Also probably very, very expensive to build. I think what we're going to do though is we'll probably go for the motorized siege infantry. Might not be terrible. We're going to go for the assault infantry army, I think. RPG, I mean RPG one would be quite cheap, so we'll go for that one. Oh right, orange by population. No, I don't want to sell our population right now. Right, so our tanks at least held here. There's the first battles that they took part in. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put in a bit of range attack first on these enemies. And then we're going to have our tanks and other things attack there. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can push them back. Because clearly, our tanks can at least deal a decent bit of damage on the enemy. Also, another thing that we should probably do before I forget is all the replacement troops. Ah, right, we can start getting the line troops 3, so it's a bit more expensive reinforcements. How much did we need? It was 600, I think. Get 1,000. Okay, it was 700. We got all the extra artillery, we got some motorcycles. RPGs, we need more. And we might need a bit more tanks. Armor, we'll get a all-rounder or two in here. That's some extra stuff there. Right, so now we did the attack there already. They've got quite a few wolves there. Right, the wolves don't actually have that much heart. I mean, 160 heart attack. But if we have a look at our tanks here, the all-rounders in particular, we've got over 300 defense, plus we've got a massive amount of hit points versus non-infantry. So I think we might be able to do a nice attack there. I don't think I necessarily want to send in the motorcycles, do I? No, there's not really... I'm just going to send in the tanks. We've got one of them destroyed already. 2. Now they're pushing us back a little bit. But I think we actually won this battle. We did. Huzzah! Take that, you bastards. I'm going to move the AA guns a little bit closer. I guess these could get in here somewhere to provide a little bit extra troops there. And that one's going to get a bit of reinforcement, so I'm going to let that be. Then over here, we are still holding our ground. I mean, they've got a lot of infantry, among other things, in here. But at least our planes are providing a bit of coverage. Oh, and speaking of planes, we can send our planes there now. So next round, we can start having a bit of interceptors in here. It might not be doing all that much effect. Ah, right, so we know that there's something on the road there. That's good to know. Then let's have a look at over here. So that one's still the... Oh, that's squirmers. Are these? No, those are rubbish, actually. Alright. Some target practice.
Attack formation. Mission successful.
Okay, that's a few kills. So now we've got to push in there. I suppose this one can just pull back a little bit. Over here, well, I suppose if we were to get a little bit more intel over there, that might be handy. But for that, we need troops. I think we might have to start pulling back these units. There's just so many enemies. If we pull back to the mountain in here, that'll probably be fine. At least in those areas, we've got a decent defense. And I suppose one of the things that I could do is I could take one of these heavy machine gun infantry units, get it on the road, and next round we can probably send it on a strategic redeployment up here, just to provide that extra help. So these machine gunners are going to be in trouble, of course, but that's just how it's going to have to be, I guess. Right, then, oh, they pushed through here. How about you don't cut off my road access? I guess we could send this one to help with clearing out that one, because this one's a relatively calm portion of the front. And I guess we could have these move a little bit closer. So both sides have a bit of an access point in here. Technically speaking, I still own the road there. So if I wanted to build a road in there, I think eventually we can link up to the network. But right now, I think... Oh, right, there's something moving through here. I do not want to lose that metal, although we are not mining it right now, but I don't want to lose it regardless. There's a lot of sea worms. Okay, are these militia artillery good enough to deal... Oh, at least getting hits there. So we might be able to get a kill or two. Unfortunately not. No kills there. But now we know that our tanks are pretty decent. We got the AA guns a little bit closer, so they should be able to provide the air coverage, especially for this section of units. The ones on the mountains, they're not necessarily quite as much, but I'm sure that those can hold their ground for the time being. And now we got the AA, or the interceptors in here. I believe it's just if they are left at the airfield, they will automatically intercept the enemy planes. But how much do we have? We got 300 industrial points, so that's... We could probably get a second set of interceptors, actually. Or... How much... It's probably going to be bloody expensive. Let's have a look. How much would the light infantry armor brigade be? It's a bit expensive. 1,500 industrial points, 1,400 metal, and a decent bit of recruit as well. Although recruits are... Well, actually, we've used a lot of recruits recently. Also got quite a bit of... right, so this one's still... It's down to 21 fuel. We need to get some fuel in there. Problem is, of course, there's probably a lot being delivered still through the air bridge, so it's not really going to be enough capacity. Also, ammo is really low. Okay, ammo is something that will get a bit more. Get another 1,000. Let's quick double check if there's anything that we're constructing. We completed the airbase. I don't think there's anything else that we're building right now. One of the things that I should probably have a look is in here. We got the bureaucratic office already. We could probably go ahead and build a university in Spokomania. That'll probably be alright. And then I suppose what we could do is we could send in a bit more workers in there. 600 workers. That'll be good enough. And I suppose if somebody's... okay, there's a decent bit of workforce in there. So that's not too bad either. We've got one hospital in there. We could probably upgrade some of these things eventually. Although right now, don't know if we can... Well, let's have a look. Logistics... no, not logistics. Government. Yeah, we could upgrade some of these things. So we could also get a barracks in here, to be fair. Just to increase the security, and it's also increasing the quality of life in the zone. So that would actually be quite good. Plus... oh, right, training bonus points. Ah, okay. That's not too shabby, actually. I mean, it's not a lot of points, mind you, but it's still kind of useful. We did move there. Right, let's get to the next round, then. Let's see how well our southeastern front holds. There's a bit of tank battles about to happen there, I reckon. Plus, they're probably going to do some airstrikes on the tanks there now. There's another thing that we need to do is get an airfield over here. And probably get the airfield in Spokomania to tier 2. And also, we do need to build the railway eventually. But it's, requirements of war have been quite high right now, so it's been delaying us things. We may need to start recruiting a bit more. Okay, there's the airstrike. Destroy an all-rounder block. Okay. We did lose a bit of troops in few... Oh, they did take that, actually. Dang it. I was hoping that I could hold on to it, but I guess not. And over here we are at least defeating some of the salamanders. And there's the acrobat dreamer still there. Right, so we killed 200 infantry, we lost 400 infantry, 10 motorized and 20 tanks. That's a bit rough. Civilization level is at least 8. Right, so we got the... Oh, that's the bikers. Right. We did get the extra all-rounder in here at least. I guess these are not capable of attacking the Tundra right now. Did we lose... Well, at least we got the AA guns in here. Let's have a look. How much replacement troops do we need? We got some infantry, we got some artillery, motorcycles, we need more. Get like 300 of them. And RPGs, we got a bit of extras, and I guess the armor, we could probably get another all-rounder just to wait there. And let's have a look at the could we actually get the railway through the forest? It's already up to there, isn't it? No, it's 330 metal. Okay, so I guess one of the things that we should probably start doing... First of all, stop the advancing of this enemy here. And then secondly, get another metal mine somewhere. We got a metal mine there. We could always just upgrade some of the stuff that we already have, of course. But we could also just start building up the stuff over here. It is going to take a little bit of machinery, but we got just about enough for it right now.
Yes, sir.
I guess we can easily get the workers over here as well. Or some of the workers, at least, in here by colonizing. So there we go. That's a bit of extra there. And the southern front, or southwestern front, we control quite nicely. But over here, these tanks are quite a problem. We can't really attack there. I mean, one of the things that I could do... There's some scout vehicles there. There's a bit more tanks there. This seems like it's a bit larger, actually. No, it is a battalion. Okay. There's a bit of recon over there as well. Also, there's something in here. There must be an airfield or something in here. Because there's just so many troops in there. And over here we are... I think we took a bit of casualty. Let's have a look at where were the battles again. We had the airstrike there, which destroyed some of the tanks and some of the motorcycle troops. Then it was the attack in here, which killed some of the bikers and pushed us back. Then there's the airstrike on the transports and the machine guns. And then over here was the salamanders that we destroyed. And there's the dreamers in the north. Okay. Well, at least we got these. I don't... Well, I suppose this time, or this round, if we don't move these... Oh, it's 8 times. Right, it might not be able to help over there. Plus we got a bit of supply issues through that. That is an issue. Well, let's have a look at the decisions. So, foreign affairs. No changes there. Custom formation. And unfortunately, I can't put in the stuff into Siege Infantry Brigade. Or like the trucks or something like that. So we need to get the motorized stuff. For that sort of things. There is the independent... or mechanized RPG battalion. Is there... Hold on. A motorized anti-tank... Independent anti-tank battalion. Motorized anti-tank battalion. Mechanized anti-tank battalion. Hold on a minute. I'm going to put in some flak guns in here. Actually, how much is that? There's 80, so if we put in like 20 flak guns in there, it may not be much. But I suppose it's going to be kind of useful. Orders and Unsung D. Yeah, I'll give you my full support. Aha, we succeeded. There's a bit of danger, but that's about it. Stock auction. I'm not going to bid anything right now. Alien natives try to talk with us. That's from Rakonis territory. We'll send in a linguistic team. There we go. So the relations with them increased a bit. That's good. So we can't attack there. The situation over here is mostly stable. And there's quite a bit of yeah, supply issues to say the least. I guess what? We've got a truck station there already. We could probably go ahead and get a supply base up here. Just to provide that little bit extra capacity to transport stuff in here, because it's a long road otherwise, no matter how much we try. And then I suppose... Oh, right. We don't have the metal right now to continue the railway in here. I mean, at least we got the supplies relatively good up to there, I guess. But, yeah, beyond that, it drops a little bit. And drops even further. Of course, that might have something to do with the fact that we just sent in the colonists. Let's have a look at the dashboard. So, heavy infantry 16%. RPG infantry army already at 10%. Oh, wow. That sounds pretty high. Blitzer upgrade is at 66%. And the helicopter engine is 96%. Personal armor optimization is 5% already. That's pretty decent. So, well, at least the air gun is there now. So I don't know if it's going to save us. But let's, I guess, hold on a minute. We could probably go ahead and do a little bit of range attack regardless onto the recon units. Not really the desired effect. Now they're pushing us probably back a little bit, so we may need to do some contingency plans and start pulling back some of these troops. So we'll leave the... You know, we'll pull the bikers back all the way there, actually. We'll the tanks and the infantry in here, which is set to hold the line, so in theory they should be able to hold back quite well. And let's have a look. I mean, we've got the interceptors, we've got the AA guns, so in theory, we should be fine with this next combat in here, or at least if they try to do airstrike, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case, actually. No, they had an airstrike there, so we probably need to get some AA guns up here as well. At least we got the road going up to the mountains, so that is a possibility. Oh boy, that was a lot of losses there. We stood firm though. Oh, there's a bit of an airstrike there on the... Did we not? We didn't shoot any of them down, did we? I'll have a look at the battles. Oh, we're losing all the oil that we found in somebody. Yeah, we're currently fighting 3 front 4, so that's not really ideal. Killed 10 tanks. We lost 1,000 infantry and 10 tanks. Discovered some fuel deposits. And completed Blitzer 2. Research complete helicopter engine. Right, well, let's have a look at the battles. So over here they're trying to do airstrike, but they failed there. And they failed a second time. Over here they attacked so many tanks. Let's see, that's a total of 100 tanks and 50 recon vehicles. Or armored cars, I suppose I should say. So our RPGs and the line troops did not hold. I mean, we lost 10 all-rounders. But there's already 600 of the infantry that we lost. And then there was the airstrike over here, which destroyed another 400. Beyond that, we didn't actually have any other battles. I have no idea how to do the air attack. Alright, well, I suppose we don't have range up to there. So if they try to do some airstrike over here, then we can deal with that. But I guess we'll get the supply depot up there. And eventually we'll get some other things. But yeah, no, it's not looking great, to say the least. Let's have a look at the decisions real quick. So, oh, did we have any demands for increasing? So we need autocracy and commerce to go up. Average relations with other regimes. Current 22 points to 25 points. Sure. Air Force Research Council objective. Jet engine would be potentially quite nice. Aircraft design and ruggedness. I believe those are like the continuous text. I reckon. So the jet engine might be a good idea then. And design target. We haven't unlocked the helicopters yet. We could do the heavy tank. Let's have a look. What? Oh, hello. I could go with something like 105mm high velocity gun. And then for the plating, we'd go something like, I don't know, 100, maybe 150. And then triple diesel engine.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
I have no idea how bad that is going to be, but it's probably better than nothing. Worker strike. Guess we'll use the military.
Yes, sir.
Oh dear, 30 unrest, 20 fear, lost 100 troops and 100 military workers were killed. Well, at least the autocracy went up. Alright, we could do a quick little bit over here on the Odin scene.
Yes, sir.
If we can snipe it cheap. If not, then oh well. Let's have a look at the replacements. We're down to 6,200 replacements, or the recruits already. That's 400 infantry. We need some trucks. Get at least one of them. That is going to increase... Oh, wait, no. That is going to increase the survivability of the trucks as well a tiny bit. Get some of the better machine guns. And then the RPG. Upgrade in there. Right. So how bad is the southern flank here? I mean, at least we held the battle here. Because we're going to need a lot more reinforcements there, but, you know, it's better than nothing. These are now up to strength. They've got a lot of tanks there. And I can't attack with my tanks there because out of range, not enough action points. I suppose it might be because the readiness is a bit bad in here for these troops. Plus, I suppose, yeah, the supply issues might be a thing. Right, so they have kind of abandoned this area. Get those. They will keep one of the mechanized troops over here in the southern flank for the time being. And I suppose we could also build up the road a little bit further. But I guess if we want to get some of those tanks, especially the new update... Oh, actually. I guess we got some of these old tanks over here. These are the light tanks. I could pretend... Well, these are veterans and seasoned. They're quite experienced. Tanks over here... Oh, actually, that's something that I should probably do. Get another armor already. An all-rounder. That does limit a little bit on the things that we can do. I reckon we probably need quite a bit of... yeah, we do need a bit more workers over here. So let's just colonize. Send those in. And with that, I do realize we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.